passed out. Am I live? What is up, everybody? Let's see if I'm live yet. Am I live? Close to being live. Think I'm live. 60%. And I'm thinking I can start this video. Good evening, everybody. I was going to start 2 hours earlier, but I was knocked out, passed out sleep, and now it's time to open up this live stream. I mean, on the background, I got the Portland protest. I mean, another Portland protest where a bunch of white folk are supposedly protest for George Floyd, but they're stabbing black people and attacking Asian journalists in Portland. So yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, man, I mean, got a lot to talk about tonight, man. One of these things I want to talk about is basically the end of Jody's Corner, where he responds back to Mundane Matt, Ray Fisher, and damn, I forgot the other guy. He's not Popcorn Plant. But yeah, here's Jody's Corner response to the cancel culture coming to him.
A B-, because as a film it's better. Man of Steel is an A to an A+ movie. I still haven't figured it out yet. I gotta think about it. It's really darn good as a film. As a Superman movie, Man of Steel is like a C- or a D+. You get the difference? So it was when I lashed out at BVS that I discovered that there is a cult following of Zack Snyder. Devil worshipping satanists, a lot of Middle Easterners who freaking are very vocal and vile. I've come across them. And I'm only giving my example, my opinion here. I've went against Marvel in the MCU. I went against Star Wars. I went against DC. But there's something special with the Snyder cult. That's what I branded them. Because I don't think that Snyder fans, all of them are toxic. There's a little small cult within the fandom that like worships Zack Snyder. Mega soft. It was what happened in 2017 with the Me Too movement, and everything just blew the freak up. Twitter, Instagram, everybody getting castrated. Oh, it's like a witch hunt. Witch! What do you mean? I'm just picking my nose. Cancel you didn't wipe your hands. Witch! It's literally, a lot of people got taken down. Weinstein, Bill Cosby, other people that deserved it. I get it. The Me Too movement is good for stuff like that. But there was definite toxicity within the Me Too movement of just lynching people. Get them. They tried to get Chappelle. They tried to get, they went against Andy. Andy got falsely hit by the Me Too movement. Lost everything. Everybody on Screen Junkies turned their back on him, which lets me know that they never liked him like that. They were always rooting for his downfall. But that's for the people of Screen Junkies to address. They saw an opportunity, they got rid of him. Right along with Weinstein. Done, you're out of here. I said, Andy, bro, you got to speak up. Man, I had the lawyer, he did his way, whatever. It's going to be different here. It's going to be much different here. So I'm going to do a whole entire breakdown. This is what I'm doing. I'm giving you guys a whole breakdown of what's going on. So there will be no misconception or no confusion about.
Let's move this up a little bit.
Other stuff out there that I've said that's politically incorrect because they're trying to make me look bad, because I don't like Snyderverse films, because they value and love my opinion. Yeah. You see what I'm getting at here? So coming at me because I say tranny and she-male, when your intentions are to just make me look bad because you hate that I don't like Snyder's verse, it's bullshit. You ain't really for it. So when someone who is real, trans, and they, I have a problem, I really have an issue with that. No, not a single person has come to me. As trans, I'm offended.
Yeah, man, they just use these. I mean, they just use those words as just ways to cancel people. That's not like who's not with their agenda. I love and care for people. I love and care for my boys and my friends. I've helped take people from the hood away from drugs, dope, and gang banging to do this pop culture thing. I'm about to hire somebody full-time to work under Jody's Corner, getting another man out off the streets to do something positive. I understand. My heart bleeds for people. I'm a very emotional person. I'm very sensitive because I care about other people. I do. I love people. I love interacting with people. I love the camera. I love talking to the camera. He has a very passionate response.
Because we're boys and we do that. What's up? Call it gay, call it sus, call it whatever the freak you want. I don't care. I don't care what people think of me, and that's the problem. That's why a lot of you people who have YouTube channels can't be honest with yourselves. That's why a lot of people who do YouTube, they go crazy and loony because who they are in front of the camera is not who they are when the camera is off.
Yep, exactly.
You best believe that this is
double.
Just
yeah, they're double. You know what I'm saying? Double agents.
A lot of people
not being
100%
real. I mean, I'm always 100% real. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I'm always 100% real myself when I'm on camera talking about stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not politically correct. I mean, most of my views come from a libertarian point of view. And another thing is, a lot of folks on the left don't like black people who don't speak the approved talking points. And Jody's Corner is one of those folks with a large platform. As you can see, like, Jody's Corner got like 55,000 subscribers. Like, he's got a big platform. He's got a somewhat of a large audience. Like myself, I got 20,000 subscribers. Like, I got a bit of a platform, and Jody's Corner has a bit of a platform. I mean, and the folks like let's see, Monday Matt tried to take Jody's Corner down, and damn, what's that other guy's name? Damn, the way he just tears my brain apart, man. Now I gotta find out who that other guy is. Started with a P. Damn. He just really tore my brain up, man. It's fucking my memory. I gotta stop smoking weed before these videos, man. Now I gotta look for let's see. Yeah, because somebody else also jumped in this beef with Ray Fisher. And like basically him and Matt are trying to cancel, they're trying to cancel Jody because he has really strong opinions on the Zack Snyder cut. And I see my usual watchers aren't watching right now, you know what I'm saying, like CSK Bay and Joshua Stenberg. Sorry, just call y'all out, but yeah. I'm surprised you guys ain't commented yet. $3 Theater. Who's that other guy? J3. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm gonna like keep going with Jody.
I am about my emotions and my realness. That leads me, and my passion. That's it. I'm an emotional creature. I would weep and I would cry on things that I love.
You should have seen his video on Kobe. He was really tearing. He is a strongly emotional dude.
I wonder if it'll pop up. Is it the Babysitters Club?
I'm gonna move the video just for the purpose.
You can't freaking smoke. What the heck makes you think you could choose your own sexuality for the rest of your life? You are a child. You can't do it. And that's how I believe. And I just said it again. If you feel some type of way, I'm sorry, but this is my belief. If you feel otherwise, I'm not gonna say freak you. I'm not gonna say get the freak. Whatever. Go on about your business. I don't mind people who feel different than what I feel. If you disagree with that, okay, cool. And why things are bad, really bad right now for certain people. I don't see it bad for myself at all because none of this hate is fazing me in the slightest. So, but let's do a breakdown of exactly the meat and potatoes of what is the latest speed bump to go over. The latest thing to go over, because before it was you suck, you're hating DC movies because you're a Marvel fanboy, Jody. I was a Marvel fanboy when I hated BVS and Man of Steel. Then when I hated Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Infinity War and I went and made an opinion about that movie, the world shook. People made reaction videos. People made videos about my movie review. Oh, Jody's wrong.
It was a really good movie.
Then they called me a DC fanboy because I didn't like Infinity War. So I was a DC fanboy, I was a Marvel fanboy, then I was just a piece of trash when I hated Star Wars The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, Force Awakens. I like none of those Disney Star Wars movies. Then I was just a freaking trash. We were on Popcorn Planet for the show that me and Andy do called Change Our Minds. It's every Tuesday, 6 p.m.
I'll move up a little bit.
This guy is implying an agreement that Andy's racist. So then Andy made a video saying, yo, calling Ray Fisher out for saying, yo, how are you going to retweet a guy who says that I'm a racist. And let's go ahead and check that video out now here. This is what you're about to see is Andy making the video calling out Ray Fisher. And while Andy is live, listen to me, I'm not making this up. While Andy is live, and I'm on my way in, while Andy is live, Ray Fisher blocked his Twitter account while he's live reading Ray Fisher's tweets, which means Ray Fisher was watching the stream.
Oh, wow. That's fucking wild. Oh, wow.
In the shadows. It's incredibly funny and it's amazing. Check this sheet out.
4 years. I mean, I know there's no legal statute.
I gotta see this.
But still.
Dude, this, oh my God, this is hilarious. You are kidding me. You are, guys, Ray Fisher is watching right now.
Oh,
he just blocked my dummy account.
What a snowflake.
He just blocked my dummy account.
Wow, what a snowflake Ray Fisher is.
And blocked it on my second account.
I mean, he can dish it, but he can't take it, man. Another Hollywood celebrity snowflake.
Ray, what are you doing, man?
Oh, wow.
Come on. That is petty.
Wow.
What on earth
Trumpian.
is that move? Who else would have been able to do that? He just blocked my Popcorn Planet account.
His manager, I feel like, is the only other.
Yeah, his manager definitely takes an L. So why are we talking about Ray Fisher? Well, Ray Fisher made statements against Joss Whedon, Jeff Johns, and Alan Berg about
basically about the Cyborg getting cut off of Justice League.
He said Joss Whedon was being gross, abusive, unprofessional, and it's not. And Alan Berg and Jeff Johns enabled it. Pretty big stuff. He tweeted that out on July 1st. And me and Andy were like, whoa, what's going on? And I've always heard that Joss Whedon was kind of weird, creepy,
He blocked me on Twitter.
Get this motherfucker, bro. We about to get at Joss Whedon, bro. We gonna get our pitchforks and we coming, bro. Because we ain't for that abuse, negligence shit. We ain't for that. That's not what I'm for. So I'm like, all right, me and Andy gonna ride for you, Ray. I said, we gonna ride for you, Ray. As I know you're watching this now. We were going to ride for you. There was only one thing. Say what was done, Ray. What happened? A week goes by. Nothing. Crickets. Another week goes by. He says, I believe Joss's ex-wife. Joss's ex-wife, who said a lot of lambastic things about him. And I'm like, okay, an ex-wife, you're okay, for sure. Nothing.
I mean, you guys can watch the rest of the end of Jody's video on his YouTube channel. But yeah, basically, they try to cancel Jody for saying for basically him. I mean, basically the folks try to cancel Jody, basically misrepresenting what he's saying. Like when he said "Yay Fisher," comparing to Kanye, rather than "Gay Fisher," comparing him to basically making a homophobic slur. As you can see, there's a really big difference between that, because the gay thing is more mental health related more than, like, you know what I'm saying, sexual preference related. And Jody basically clapped back at all of his haters, including Monday Matt, who tried to cancel him, as you see in the comments. Yeah, exactly. And Monday Matt saying like he was gonna back down, man. Sit your butt down, man. I mean, you're basically done. You're basically done off of YouTube anyways, and you gotta nerve to like hop in this drama just because you're a really big fan of the Snyder Cut to basically say like, oh yeah, it's over. It's over, Jody's Corner. It's over for you. Oh, you're a hateful person. You're a homophobic bigot. Oh, you're a racist. Oh, yeah. Look at him making excuses now. And Popcorn, and Andy Signor got Jody's back. And who was that other guy? It was started with P. Yeah, Poindexter Lounge. It was Poindexter Lounge who hopped in with Monday Matt. Poindexter Lounge is a really big Zack Snyder, basically a really big Zack Snyder stan, who's trying to cancel Jody because he's calling out his I mean, the guy he likes, you know what I'm saying? And Monday Man jumping in with his 2 cents saying, like, Jody Corner quit YouTube. But Jody clapped back at Poindexter and Matt with his video, which got more views than both of these dudes combined. As look, Poindexter Lounge only got 1.8 thousand views. $3 Theater only got 2,000 views. So let's see, that's like close to 4,000 views, and he got more than that combined. Which shows like Jody's Corner isn't going anywhere. Basically, Jody's Corner is not going anywhere on YouTube. And as you see from the videos, like Jody is basically Poindexter Lounge did this to get himself some clout. Because I do this myself when I was doing YouTube commentary videos. Like I would talk about like a bigger YouTuber. I'll be real with you. Like I talked about a bigger YouTuber to get myself some YouTube clout, like subscribers and views, and that's what Poindexter Lounge did. Like he only got 9,000 subscribers. Jody's got close to 50. Yeah, Jody's got 50,000 subscribers. And basically, what Poindexter Lounge and Monday Matt tried to do is get themselves some clout, get themselves noticed, get themselves attention from Ray Fisher, basically saying like, "Oh yeah, we co-sign with you, man. We co-sign. You gotta take down these bigots, man. You gotta take down Ace ignoring Jody. We gotta cancel these dudes." It's just 2 jealous dudes trying to take down somebody who's bigger than them. That's basically all it is. And moving on from that drama, we're going to talk about something that's really big and something that the mainstream media is not going to talk about because I don't know how you pronounce her name. Ghislane, Maxwell, who's one of Epstein's basically one woman who worked very closely with Jeffrey Epstein, and basically her stills were unfiled, which revealed these men. Alan Dershowitz, a lawyer. I mean, he was part of Trump's legal team during impeachment. Glenn Dubin, don't know what that is. Stephen Coffin, unsurprisingly, Prince Andrew, who's in really deep shit with the royal family. John-Luc Brunel, and never heard of him. Bill Richardson, he was a prominent Democrat who was with the Clinton administration, and Marvin Minsky. And there's other names, many more names redacted. And another big name from this files is Bill Clinton, Al Gore, Matt Groening. Oh wow, Heidi Klum. Oh snap. Let's see this. Let's see the answer here. Let's see. She says Virginia Giuffre talking about, oh wow, those are some big names. A whole bunch of Naomi Campbell, Heidi Klum, Bill Clinton, which I knew about. And then there's Al Gore, which is shocking. And then there's a bunch of models. I wouldn't obviously get their names. Oh damn, Matt Groening? I actually met Matt Groening in person. Oh wow. Jack Cousteau. Oh wow. It was a lot of Hollywood and political leaks. But yeah, here's Donald Trump's name is clear. Let's see what Guthrie said. When did Donald Trump flirt with you? He didn't. That's inaccurate. Did you ever see Donald Trump at Jeffrey's home? Not that I can remember. On his island? No, not that I can remember. In New Mexico? No, not that I can remember. In New York? Not that I can remember. Alright, we can turn to the second page and read. Oh, so it turns out Trump is in the clear. And they're not going to talk about that in mainstream media because the mainstream media is really trying to tie our president with Jeffrey Epstein, because there's a video with Trump and Epstein together. And what the witness said, Virginia Giuffre, a woman who was a part of Jeffrey Epstein's slave tracker ring, like, she didn't see him. So basically, yeah, our president's in the clear, and this is really huge news that will not be talked about by the mainstream media, because the mainstream media is in on it. They're in on the whole thing. And here's another big threat for this guy, Technofall. He's another lawyer. I really recommend you follow this guy. If you have a Twitter, it's like to follow this guy to get the real truth, because this guy will show you the real truth, not with any partisan spin, like, you know what I'm saying, like the mainstream media, like MSNBC, CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, like that segment. You know what I'm saying? They're going to spin the truth to be more the anti-Trump way, and the Fox News is going to spin it more to be an anti-Democrat way. This guy just tells you flat out what's going on, like Mike Cernovich as well. They'll tell you flat out what's going on. And as you see, like, the DOJ let Epstein's co-conspirators in the Florida case. Here's that infamous photo with Prince Andrew, and with I can't pronounce that name. It's Ghislane. And like the FBI, yeah, they knew. They basically covered it up. As seeing as, I mean, Prince Andrew is a royal, and basically the media wanted to keep access with the royal, so that's why they kept this whole story undercover. I mean, there was a really big expose from Project Veritas about the Epstein files. I think her name is like Amy Robach. Yeah. Let me show you Amy Robach. I wonder if they got the video of Amy Robach. Damn, where's that video of Amy Robach at? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, come on. Nah, damn it. Yeah, I gotta fucking search for it now. Alright, I gotta go. Amy Robach, Epstein. Let's see here. Yeah, here you go. Here's Amy Robach talking about the.
Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. She had pictures. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything.
See? She said Clinton's name.
ABC, why wouldn't y'all be interested in the most prolific?
I still watch a lot of Hodge twins on YouTube, even though they are very strong Trump supporters, and I'm not really a big fan of Trump. But yeah, I mean, I still watch the Hodge twins, you know what I'm saying, just to get a different perspective on what's going on.
Pedophile in history, in this country's history, who's linked with the most powerful people in the world, like Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew. I don't know who Prince Andrew is, but he sounds important. Part of the British royal family. You have a president, and y'all not interested? I know why you wasn't interested. I do too. 3 years ago is when all this came out, right? Yeah. Who was running for president 3 years ago?
Yep, Hillary Clinton. That's why they didn't cover the story, because it would have affected Hillary's chances for the election, which turned out to be irrelevant because Hillary lost anyways. But, I mean, they say, like, their site said, oh, it was Russian interference, man. Trump colluded with Putin, when there's no evidence of that. And he got cleared of the impeachment, like, a year ago. And they're still continuing on with the same narrative, even though it's completely debunked and nonsense.
Think about this. Who?
Oh, yeah,
I got it. The witch Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
It looks really bad for her to be running for president, and her husband hangs out with a known pedophile. They had pictures. They had evidence. Yeah, where did it go? Amy, hold up. I'm excited.
Bad.
Amy, where's the evidence? We want to see it now. I know you got it on the zip.
And the wild thing is, like, Bill Clinton, I mean, the media had the nerve to have Bill Clinton at a funeral today talking. Especially with all the dirt coming out of him, like they just had Bill Clinton in public talking during John Lewis's funeral. Especially when his name is going to be very prominent. He's probably the most prominent name exposed in the Epstein files. But a lot of the left was pissed off about Bill Clinton because he basically talked about Stokely Carmichael. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very hard for the media to cover up Clinton's involvement with the Epstein files. He's a very prominent name. There's a lot of proof, like let me see, Stokely. Man, these far left people are like a fucking cult, man. All they do is chant the same chants. Seriously. They really had the nerve to have Bill Clinton speak in public
2 or 3 years
at John Lewis's funeral when the Epstein files, Ghislane Epstein file, Maxwell Epstein files were revealed that Bill Clinton was on the island.
The movement went a little bit too
they got
far.
Slick Willie, man.
Stokely,
Slick Willie is not looking healthy.
In the end, John Lewis prevailed.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, the balls of these people to really go out and, wow. Unbelievable, man. Like, these folks really think they're invincible. They really, really think they're invincible. It's absolutely wild. It's just, yeah. I want to move on from, that big story and talk about, Alyssa Milano trying to cancel Joe Rogan, or Alyssa Milano being jealous of Joe Rogan's reach. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Joe Rogan again. And it's about Alyssa Milano talking about we live in a world where Joe Rogan's podcast has tripled the listeners' mind. Dear God. Alyssa, there's a reason why you have way less people following your podcast than Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan has people with different points of view on his show, and he doesn't disrespect their points of view. They're comfortable to say how they feel on Joe Rogan's show because he's not that judgmental. He's a very common sense type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a very common sense, normie type of guy. But I mean, the thing is, like, Joe Rogan he's a liberal. He's really a liberal, but the thing is, he's not really woke because he's a MMA guy. MMA, like, really big hunter, you know what I'm saying? He's liberal. But Joe Rogan is a guy that has a diverse number of guests on his show. And, I mean, a lot of times Joe Rogan can be off base, especially about his take on video games being a waste of time. But when you say that, you're talking about a guy named PewDiePie, who wasn't a good gamer, who managed to get world famous off of gaming. Oh yeah, I want to show a bit of this PewDiePie video just to have him, his point of view on this whole Joe Rogan gaming thing, which like tripped out a lot of gamers. I mean, this is a little segue, but I'll get back to the Alyssa Milano point in a second. Yeah, because Joe Rogan was really out of pocket for saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you can't really do much with gaming. Like, gaming doesn't lead to a lucrative, like, lead to a career or lead to anything. When it's the easiest, I mean, gaming is basically the easiest, one of the easier ways for you to get to start a career, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all kinds of avenues you can, like, you can make
Joe
money
Rogan
off of gaming. Saying they're a waste of time. I mean,
what the?
Yeah, the point being a waste of time,
Joe
but you can make
really
a career out of it.
understand. Ninja responds, "My God, you don't get it, Joe. Guess you're not. Joe, I thought you liked Quake.
clap
Joe,
back on
you may
Rogan.
think I'm a loser in real life, but in the gaming world, you're the loser. Got him good, didn't I? Okay, for those of you who don't know, Joe Rogan.
What's up,
is
Alexander?
a podcast host. I think he's probably the most popular podcast host. I think at least.
He is.
And I mean, I don't know how you even have a podcast in 2020 without pissing someone off every week. And today, I guess you pissed off the gaming community. This time, you pissed off the wrong crowd, Mr. Joe. How dare you? How dare you criticize video games? So what did Joe Rogan say? Well, let's check it out.
Oh, to the man that got to be the most popular YouTuber on the planet
video games
through the video games.
They're a real problem.
What?
You know why? Because they're fucking fun.
Addictive.
And you don't. Yeah. Well, I have a real problem with them. And you do them, and they're real exciting, but you don't get anywhere.
Right.
It's like you could do like martial arts, right? You could learn jujitsu. You get obsessed by jujitsu, and then 3 years later, you're like an elite jujitsu athlete. You're
What kind of beta martial arts take 3 years to become an elite? Dude.
You're entering in competitions. You're a purple belt.
Man,
You're moving up. Yeah,
that's
you're
his
doing
response
well.
to this.
You're thinking like, I might be able to open my own school one day.
You got confidence.
Yeah, if I have 100 students and those 100 students are paying me X amount of dollars per month.
It's almost like if you have like a stream or something like that with like 100 viewers and they like pay you X dollars. Why are you talking about jujitsu, man? Hey man, you ever heard about
He's an MMA
I mean,
guy,
you're wrong.
Hughes.
Gaming money, get the fuck out of here. I'm all about that jujitsu bread. I'm quitting YouTube right now. I've been making jujitsu money this whole time, and no one told me there was jujitsu money laying around everywhere.
European type of way.
Holy shit, I can have this would be amazing. And then you see your jujitsu school, and your jujitsu instructor has all these students, and drives a Mercedes, and he's got a nice family.
I could have a Mercedes jujitsu Mercedes. God fucking damn it!
Wow.
Yep, you're experiencing
Man, I got another annoying
digital eye
ad
strain.
going
Digital
on
eye
through
strain?
this fucking
That's right.
eye strain.
Caused by blue light and glare from
That shit's annoying. I think I gotta do something about
God damn
this.
I've been sold a pipe dream that isn't real. I make no money.
Way,
God
you're
damn
doing
it.
something exciting and
I mean, look at this guy. I mean, look at PewDiePie. He's a basically. I mean, I'll show you PewDiePie's net worth right now. Let me show you PewDiePie's net worth. This cat is making hell bank. I'll show you PewDiePie's net worth and compare that to a MMA fighter. And PewDiePie is a lot healthier, a lot fresher, and doesn't have any strong injuries. Look at his net worth is around $30 to $50 million. Gaming.
Or you could just be playing.
Didn't you just say that gaming is too fun? I'm just seeing a bit of correlating message here, Joe.
Fucking video games. 3 years later, you could be
As you
that
can see,
same
Joe Rogan is not really the most enlightened, the most
kid
the
playing video
most
games,
informed
waiting
guy.
for the next whatever the fuck game is, next Xbox game to come out, and you're gonna waste your time.
You have children.
You gotta waste your time playing video games. Jiu-jitsu, not a waste of time. I mean, I get what he's saying though. At least with jiu-jitsu, you're building your body, you're building your muscles, you're learning.
You see, even PewDiePie says like Joe Rogan has a point. It's
a
like
skill
it's
that you're gonna
Scandinavian
have for life
is
instead of
coming
a video
through.
game
You know what I'm saying?
that comes out. There's always a new cycle of games. Even if you get good at one,
PewDiePie is always
there's
very
gonna be-
nuanced. You know what I'm saying? Like he sees both sides of the issue, man. I wish more people were like PewDiePie and see both sides of the issue. See like, he has a point, but I strongly disagree with him. I mean, a lot of folks now are like, Joe Rogan, you anti-gaming, you out of touch, you fucking asshole.
Be a new one, I guess is my point. So I
You have
get
to
it.
see
I
that
get
Joe
his
Rogan has
point.
a
It's
point.
just like the worst example ever with jiu-jitsu. And that's another thing, like, you wouldn't even have to be good at gaming to make a living.
That's what I'm saying.
Obviously, right?
He was playing the
There's-
film.
Gaming compared to jiu-jitsu as a superior job, it's like the worst example you can make. You can make analytical content, reviews, streaming, YouTube, esports, managing. I like all these.
There's all kinds of avenue in gaming now, man. But Joe Rogan doesn't game.
Whatever. You understand what I'm
saying? Like, he's the main guy. Like, he's not a good gamer, but he's managed to be world famous, have one of the most beautiful, marry one of the most beautiful women in the world, and have a net worth over $30 million. Let's compare that to a very popular MMA fighter. I'll go with, let's see here. I'll go with Overeem. Look at that. Alyssa Overeem makes $20 million less than PewDiePie. And Alyssa Overeem is one of the elite heavyweight YouTube fighters who's trained for years to be at the top of his sport, to be at the top of MMA. And PewDiePie makes $20 million more yelling at video games, playing video games very badly and making noises. So what's the easier way to get to get a large career? Gaming. Gaming right now is one of the easier ways to get yourself a well-paying career. Let me show you another MMA fighter. I think Conor McGregor makes more than PewDiePie based off of like advertisements, because Conor McGregor is one of the most popular MMA fighters right now. Yeah, he's at 99 million. But as you see, Conor McGregor trained for years to be the best. I mean, to make his career, you know what I'm saying? And he had to be he's very outlandish, very loud. So that adds also, that's why Conor McGregor has a higher net worth than Alyssa Overeem, because Alyssa Overeem doesn't have, he doesn't have the personality Conor McGregor has. Let's see another MMA fighter. Like, I'm going to go with Chael Sonnen. He's another guy that likes to talk a lot of crap. I'm going to see Sonnen. I think he's retired now, but yeah, this guy had Sonnen. Let's see Chael Sonnen's net worth. He probably, 10 million. Despite his incredible run with Sonnen murdered on the toughest chest, never won a championship, point is now one of the best UFCs. He's worth 10 million. Which is 20 million less than PewDiePie, who makes somewhere between 30 and 50 million. And what would be an easier career choice for you as a 16-year-old? Being an MMA fighter, jiu-jitsu, training for years to be one of to make some kind of career in it, or do what PewDiePie does, which is play games and make noises. You'll choose PewDiePie's route.
Let's check out what ninjas say.
And there's just so many ways you can get in with game, like PewDiePie said. Like, you can be a coach, you can be an analyst, you can be a comedian type of gamer, like a parody gamer. You can be like PewDiePie and make noises. There's just so many avenues to have a successful career being a gamer. But moving on to that, talking about Joe Rogan's podcast, it's popular because people can relate to him. You have a decent conversation. You're so far to the left that you just seems batshit crazy. Oh man, look at these memes. Alyssa Milano, people listen to Joe Rogan. She's really coming across a snowflake here. And Alyssa Milano gets roasted after complaining that Alyssa Milano is jealous she's not relevant. That's all it is. This is all what it is. Alyssa Milano being jealous that Joe Rogan is a lot more known than she is. A lot more people are paying attention to Joe Rogan than her, and she's really, really mad. Look at Sam Malone clapping back at Alyssa Milano. I'm a left as they come. Listen to every Joe Rogan episode. Why? Because he has a wide range of interviews and topics, and discussing them rationally is often the only place where I can hear different viewpoints in a long-form way that goes beyond talking points. That's why I prefer listening to Joe Rogan's podcast compared to the mainstream media. Because the mainstream media, on like the Fox News side, and the other partisan left mainstream media said, all they talk about is like just the same talking points. With Joe Rogan, you get a more nuanced perspective because people are more free to speak their minds on his show, and that's what people hate. People don't want. The thing is, cats on the left don't want cats on the right to be together. They want it divided. And the thing is, folks like Joe Rogan, Dave Rubin, Matt Taibbi are a bigger threat than someone like Richard Spencer. We all know Richard Spencer, or someone like Richard Spencer, Alex Jones. Because we all know like Alex Jones and Richard Spencer are extreme type of dudes. But someone like Joe Rogan, who's not really extreme, he allows them to speak, and that's what they don't want. They don't want the other side to be humanized. They want to dehumanize the other side, which makes it easier. You know what I'm saying? It makes it easier from like the slang, like, oh yeah, I don't want you to associate with this person. He's bad news. Now you see, jealousy isn't a good look on anyone. Oh yeah, here's another clapback. I bet Alyssa Milano doesn't even have 1% of followers Joe Rogan does. There is no way in hell you have close to a third of Joe Rogan's listeners. Milano's Rogan tweets, somebody in a more straightforward stream of consciousness. She later appeared at the top as like dyeing her hair. Oh wow, she's really lost her mind. And she's a really strong Joe Biden supporter. Really huge hypocrite too. I gotta tell you, Alyssa Milano is one of my favorites to troll on Twitter. She's really one of my favorite people to troll on Twitter. I troll her on Twitter all the time. Oh man, I really, yeah. Moving on from that, I want to talk about Trader Joe's basically BTFOing. Trader Joe's basically BTFOing the woke crowd, and this is how you should respond to the woke. Basically, the woke wants you to bend the knee and apologize and change, but Trader Joe's told the woke to frick off. They actually told the left to frick off, and he says they will not rebrand ethnic food labels despite petition calling names racist. And I gotta tell you, the people who are pushing this position are really woke whites. It's really woke whites who are behind this whole movement. Because most other folks, there's some woke blacks that are behind pushing this too, like the one's really influenced by critical race theory, 1619 Project. But most of this is coming down to woke whites being offended on behalf of other people. That's all it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to rebrand certain items despite a petition driven by a California teenager calling some products racist. See, the California teenager who hasn't really seen racism in real life in a place like San Francisco, which is one of the most woke places in the U.S. And Trader Joe's disagrees. And here's a really good statement that Trader Joe's made. Trader Joe's said, "We make decisions based on what customers purchase, as well as the feedback we receive from our customers and crew members. If we feel there's a need for change..."
New developments, Trader Joe's now says it is not rebranding certain...
Yeah, here's the story. If this thing could start.
...items, despite a petition drive by an Oakley teenager calling some products racist. The grocer dismissed reports it had planned to change the names of international food items like Trader Jose and Trader Ming's. Trader Joe's disagrees with accusations of racism, and the chain says it doesn't make decisions based on petitions.
Ooh. That's how you tell the mob to F off. Hopefully more companies will have the balls to tell the mob to F off. Seriously. Hopefully other companies will see what Trader Joe's said and basically not back down to the woke mob anymore. And seriously, the woke mob are like just some of the biggest hypocrites you'll ever see. And which would move me to what Anthony Mackie brought up, was going to bring up about diversity in movies and all that. After you're talking about, here's Anthony Mackie clarifying his comments about diversity. And you saw, like, I showed you a clip of like a few days ago. I showed you the clip of Andy Mackie talking about how Disney centers their movies towards teenagers in China. And the thing is, China really doesn't. I mean, it's not really. It's less PC than we are, and are more openly racist and don't really like black people all that much. So basically, black folks are not going to be very prominent in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, they're not going to have like the wokeness prominent in like Marvel movies, because I mean the Chinese aren't really big fans of like black folks. Yeah, seriously. It's been a behemoth since Iron Man, showing no sign of slowing down. Let's see what Anthony Mackie is saying. Yeah, he say this. I don't think there's what happened is a racism problem. I think it's an unawareness problem. Marvel, I really think that with most companies, they feel like what they're doing should be, what they're doing. No way, shape, or form is enough. My big thing is put your money where your mouth is. You can't cast a black dude as one of your main superheroes, not expect to have that conversation. It's just my DNA to have that conversation. It's a huge opportunity for me to be a part of the Marvel Universe, so it's my job to make sure the Marvel Universe is as good as it can be. I mean, he makes a clear statement. You're going to clarify him in lack of diversity. It doesn't mean the studio has a problem with race, but it's still unaware of the discrepancy. See, he notices it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the thing is, like, Marvel is very woke. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're outwardly like anti-Republican, anti-Trump supporters and all that. But the thing, yeah, but they don't put their money where their mouth is. Like what Anthony Mackie saying. Anyone who's big in our industry, if they have a party at their house, their party is 98% white. If you go to their office and their office is 98% white, that reflects the reality. I mean, what he's basically saying is, like, these folks are in a bubble. They're in a non-diverse bubble. I mean, non-diverse bubble racially and ideologically, because they all have the same socially liberal, kind of culturally left points of views. I mean, and basically, yeah, Oscar's so white. Yeah, basically what they're saying is, I mean, basically what Anthony Mackie's saying is, I mean, they love to talk about how, like, they love diversity and about, like, how they're not racist and all that, but, I mean, actions speak louder than their words, and the actions say, like, these people prefer being around their own kind, which is human nature, but they're not honest about it. They're very dishonest about it. Like, let me show you the Marvel Universe studio crew. Let's see how diverse. And these people love to, like, force feed diversity into everything, like having Idris Elba as a Norse god. Really? I mean, the thing is, like, they just say that it's like, oh, it's the diversity, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta make our films diverse, but that's superficial diversity. I mean, it's just diversity of, like, look, but not diversity of experiences, diversity of views. I mean, seriously, that's almost the point of diversity, is like diversity of views or diversity of ideas. That's the real diversity, not just diversity of looks and, like, just have everybody's having the same white liberal cosmopolitan left message. Seriously, like, they all, like, these folks come from an echo chamber. Let me show you Kevin Feige. Let's see. I think I misspelled Kevin Feige, but yeah. Kevin Feige, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. This is the cast and crew. As you see, like, yeah, these are actors. Basically, you got the superficial diversity there. But behind the scenes, it's a lot less diverse than what they said they are. Because I used to work in the television industry. I mean, like, I worked in the TV industry myself in Hollywood. It's not diverse. It's mostly white people. It's mostly college-educated white people. I mean, they're very slick. I mean, these cats are very slick with how they operate, because they project their own racism onto other people, and they project a lot of it Oh yeah. Oh damn. Kevin Feige's in charge of everything Marvel. I'm trying to find Kevin Feige. Yeah, let's look for Kevin Feige crew. Yeah, he's basically the president. And this, I gotta tell you, I gotta give Kevin Feige a lot of props because he put Marvel on track to being a billion-dollar industry. Like, and compared to DC, Kevin Feige really got Marvel on track. But as you see, like, yeah, most of the cast is white. Yeah, as you see, most of the directors, other than the Black Panther director, Kevin Coogler, and this guy, Tiki Waititi, they're all white guys. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about, like, you want to talk about who the left talks about as the white guy problem, it's really the Hollywood problem, because that's all they're around. It's just them projecting, as you see. Yeah, let's look at an MCU film set or MCU behind the scenes, because it'll really show you the vast majority of people who are working on set are basically whites. And they love to show off how they're, you know what I'm saying? Love to show off how they're like, oh, I'm non-racist. Love to show off how woke they are, supporting like Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. But the reality is, it's all performative. Basically, they're using that as a way to make themselves look like they care, but in reality, they don't care because a lot of them are really strong bigots. I know a lot of strong bigots that call themselves liberals in the entertainment industry, but I'm not really going to open up who they are. As you see,